Big transition begins today in one of the top state offices.
Embattled Secretary of State Shemia Fagan formally stepped down from her role, paving the way for her temporary replacement to step in. Fox 12's Adrian Thomas live in Salem now with more.
Well, Pete Riel, Deputy Secretary of State Cheryl Myers officially began her role as Interim Secretary of State this afternoon. She'll be in the role until Governor Tina Kotek officially names a replacement to serve the remainder of Fagan's term. This comes as the state Senate faces a sixth day of Republican protest. Not much activity could be seen from just outside Secretary of State Shemia Fagan's office on her final day at work. There was only a handful of staff that could be seen going in and out. In what's been a whirlwind week for the state's top elections official, Shemia Fagan has been under fire after it was revealed she was working as a consultant for a cannabis company where the owners were her political donors. Fox 12 political analyst John Horvick with DHM Research says Fagan's replacement, picked by Governor Tina Kotek, will have to be chosen wisely.
Right, the Secretary of State is first in line in succession for the governor. The Secretary of State is usually seen as someone who has higher political ambitions as well. The politically least likely is to take someone out of the Senate because of the balance of power there.
Fagan faced further scrutiny because her office audits the state agency that regulates the cannabis industry, which brought Fagan even more criticism of her consulting job because of a massive potential conflict of interest. John Horvick says this scandal likely won't sit well with a majority of Oregonians who already aren't happy with the state government, according to recent polling by DHM.
1 out of 4 Oregonians think that the state's heading in the right direction. Now, some of that's going to be, feelings about the economy or, whatever else people care about. But no doubt part of it is a reflection on whether or not people feel confident they can trust their elected leaders to do right by them.
The clerk will please call the roll.
Another Oregon political mess entered day 6 Monday with 10 Senate Republicans not showing up to session to protest scheduled votes on major bills concerning gun control and abortion rights. Republicans saying the bills violate legislative rules because of complex wording. Democrats claim Republicans are playing politics and using this excuse to stall the bills. Senate President Rob Wagner abruptly ended the Senate session once again Monday morning after roll call.
The Sergeant at Arms has reported that unexcused members cannot be located. Therefore, there is no quorum for the Senate to conduct business.
Now, if several of those Republican state senators continue their walkout by this Friday, they may have 10 unexcused absences, which could bar them from seeking re-election. This is because of a recent state law that went into effect within the last year. Now, back to the interim Secretary of State, Cheryl Myers. She didn't make herself available for media interviews today, but her office did put out a statement saying that the Secretary of State and all of its staff will continue business as usual and that next week's special elections will not be impacted by this transition. Live in Salem, Adrian Thomas, Fox 12 Oregon.